This is CXMOTO, where performance meets the future. New cars, real insights. Let's dive in. Imagine walking into a dealership, signing a contract, and dropping anywhere from $30,000 to over $60,000 on a brand new SUV. You expect peace of mind. You expect a warranty that you will rarely have to use. But for thousands of drivers right now, that new car smell is being permanently replaced by the smell of the dealership waiting room coffee. New SUVs are rolling off the assembly line and breaking down within the first few thousand miles. This isn't just anecdotal complaining on internet forums. This is hard, measurable data. Consumer Reports recently surveyed real owners covering more than 380,000 vehicles, and the data for the newest model years reveals a deeply alarming pattern across the industry. Automakers are rushing unproven technology to the market, and the consumer is paying the price. Today, we are breaking down the specific SUVs that scored the absolute worst, analyzing exactly which mechanical and software components are failing, and giving you the bulletproof alternatives that you should be buying instead. Let's start in the highly competitive compact segment with a vehicle that looks incredible on paper but is falling apart in the real world: the Dodge Hornet. Dodge positions the Hornet as the muscle car of the compact SUV world. The top-tier R&T plug-in hybrid model starts around $43,000 and pushes out a very impressive 288 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque. It is fast, but it is deeply flawed. Consumer Reports slapped it with an abysmal 37 out of 100 for reliability. The core issue is its DNA. The Hornet shares its platform and powertrain with the Alfa Romeo Tonale. While Italian engineering offers great driving dynamics, it also brought along catastrophic electrical gremlins. Owners are reporting total power steering failures and collision avoidance systems shutting down completely while driving down the highway. Furthermore, the 1.3-liter turbocharged engine in the hybrid model has shown early signs of excessive oil consumption. When you have a complex system where a gas engine and an electric motor have to hand off power to each other, the software needs to be perfect. And the Hornet, it isn't. Owners describe rough, jerky transitions that make a $40,000 vehicle feel unfinished. General Motors is also struggling heavily in this compact class. The Chevrolet Equinox and its corporate twin, the GMC Terrain, both received a staggering 17 out of 100 reliability score. The Equinox recently received a beautiful exterior redesign, making it look much more premium, but underneath the sheet metal, the Rollout was incredibly rushed. These vehicles, which generally cost between $30,000 and $40,000 depending on trim, are suffering from massive transmission and body control module failures. Specifically, the all-wheel drive models utilizing the 8-speed automatic transmission are experiencing major fluid leaks. We aren't talking about a few drops of oil on a driveway. We are talking about leaks severe enough to require the entire gearbox to be pulled out of a brand new vehicle. Combine that with electronics that cause the engine to randomly surge while sitting at a red light, and you no longer just have an annoyance, you have a legitimate safety hazard. So, if you have $35,000 to spend on a compact SUV and you want zero headaches, where do you go? You ignore the unproven tech and you buy the Mazda CX-5. Consumer Reports gave the CX-5 an exceptional 84 out of 100 for reliability. The reason it scores so high is beautifully simple. While GM and Dodge were busy cramming complex hybrids and unproven software into their cars, Mazda kept refining a proven formula. The CX-5 relies on a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine making 187 horsepower. There is no turbocharger to blow, and there is no fragile continuously variable transmission. Mazda uses a traditional planetary 6-speed automatic. It is a design that has been around for decades. The manufacturing tolerances are perfectly dialed in, and it simply does not break. If you want a vehicle to hit 150,000 miles with nothing more than routine oil changes, the CX-5 is the undisputed champion of the segment. Moving up to the larger, mid-size family SUVs, the data gets even more concerning. Let's look at the Volkswagen Atlas. Historically, the Atlas offered a robust, smooth VR6 engine, but for the sake of emissions and slight fuel economy gains, Volkswagen killed the V6 and replaced it with a 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder, making 269 horsepower. Pushing a massive, heavy three-row SUV with a small turbo engine puts an immense amount of stress on the internal components, and owners are already reporting catastrophic engine knocking and early failures. But the mechanicals aren't the only issue. VW replaced traditional interior buttons with touch-sensitive capacitive sliders for the climate and volume controls. They offer absolutely zero tactile feedback, making them maddeningly dangerous to adjust while keeping your eyes on the highway. Between the frustrating tech and the engine concerns, the Atlas limped away with a 43 out of 100 score. But even a 43 looks decent compared to what Mazda is dealing with in their new premium segment. Wait, didn't we just praise Mazda? We did, but only for their older platforms. Their brand new architecture is a totally different story. The new Mazda CX-90, particularly the plug-in hybrid version, scored a devastating 4 out of 100. Let that sink in. Out of a possible 100 points, it earned 4. The CX-90 PHEV starts around $50,000 and offers 323 horsepower. It is gorgeous inside, but the hybrid powertrain is an absolute disaster. Owners are experiencing engine malfunction alerts that completely disable the vehicle, sometimes within the first 100 miles of ownership. There are also widespread failures of the electronic steering rack, where the steering wheel actively fights the driver. Mazda rushed this brand new inline-six and hybrid architecture to market to compete with BMW and Audi, but the sheer volume of software patches and full battery pack replacements proves it simply was not ready for the public. However, the absolute king of the service bay is the Jeep Grand Cherokee, specifically the 4xe plug-in hybrid. The standard Grand Cherokee scored a miserable 29 out of 100, but the 4xe hybrid dropped to a 10 out of 100. A fully loaded Grand Cherokee 4xe can easily cross the $75,000 mark. For that price, you get an incredibly luxurious interior, legendary off-road capability, 375 horsepower, and 470 pound-feet of torque. But you also get a vehicle that might refuse to start in the morning. A massive issue plagues the telematics module, which continually drains the 12-volt battery overnight. Owners are reporting total losses of propulsion while driving at highway speeds as the high-voltage battery system fails to communicate with the gas engine. Combining heavy off-road suspension with an incredibly complex high-voltage battery system has resulted in software errors that completely brick the vehicle. Right now, it is mathematically one of the riskiest financial purchases in the entire automotive industry. If you are looking for a three-row mid-size SUV and refuse to gamble your money, you need to look at the Toyota Grand Highlander Hybrid. Starting around $45,000 to $55,000, it earned a stellar 73 out of 100. If you opt for the hybrid BAX powertrain, you get 362 horsepower and a massive 400 pound-feet of torque. It gives you the acceleration of a V6 with the fuel economy of a compact car. More importantly, Toyota has been perfecting hybrid synergy drive for a quarter of a century. Unlike the complicated plug-in systems failing in the Jeep and Mazda, Toyota's regenerative braking system is so perfectly integrated that your brake pads will often last well past 100,000 miles because the electric motors handle most of the stopping force. It is practical, highly efficient, and incredibly durable. Finally, if you strictly want a two-row mid-size SUV and reliability is your absolute ultimate priority, you buy the Honda Passport. It scored an incredible 97 out of 100. It is a masterclass in the philosophy of, if it isn't broken, don't fix it. The Passport utilizes Honda's legendary 3.5-liter J-Series V6 engine, producing 280 horsepower. This isn't a stressed-out four-cylinder turbo. It is a naturally aspirated powerhouse that Honda has been refining for literal decades. Paired with a well-sorted 9-speed automatic transmission, it delivers power smoothly and predictably. The interior features real physical buttons that you can use with gloves on. At a starting price of roughly $43,000, it isn't the most futuristic car on the road, but when you are 10 years into ownership and the only thing you've paid for is oil and tires, you will understand exactly why it is the smartest purchase in the segment. If you found this data-driven breakdown useful, make sure to hit like, subscribe to CXMOTO, and turn on notifications. We do this kind of market analysis every week, so you don't make a $50,000 mistake. Drop a comment below and let me know what SUV you are driving right now, and I will see you in the next one.